Good day, ma'am. My name is Andreji Isarsaba, and today I will be discussing about the workers' compensation law. Workers' compensation laws in the Philippines, like in many other countries, are designed to protect employees who suffer work-related injuries or illnesses. Here's a discussion covering key aspects of the workers' compensation law in the Philippines. First is legal framework. The Philippines has a comprehensive legal framework governing workers' compensation. The principal law is the Employers' Compensation Program, ECP, established under Presidential Decree No. 626 as amended. The ECP is administered by the Employees' Compensation Commission or ECC, which is under the Department of Labor and Employment. Second, the coverage. The ECP covers all employees, including government employees, private sectors employees, and overseas Filipino workers or OFWs, regardless of their employment status, regular, probationary, or contractual. It covers both injury and illness resulting from employment, including occupational diseases. Third is the benefits. The ECP provides various benefits to cover all employees and their dependents in case of work-related injuries, disabilities, or death. These benefits includes medical services, reimbursement of medical expenses, disability benefits, rehabilitation services, and death benefits for the dependents of deceased employee. Next is compensation. Compensation under the ECP is based on the degree of disability or the nature of the injury. It may include temporary or total disability benefits, permanent partial disability benefits, permanent total disability benefits, and death benefits. The amount of compensation is determined based on the employee's average monthly salary and the degree of disability. Next, we have the claim process. Employees or their dependents must file a claim with the ECC to receive benefits under the ECP. The claims process involves submitting required documents such as medical certificates, accident reports, and proof of relation for dependents. The ECC evaluates the claim and determines the eligibility and amount of compensation. Next is employer obligations. Employers are required to register their employees with the ECC and contribute to the Employees' Compensation Fund. They must also approve a safe working environment and comply with occupational safety and health standards to prevent work-related injuries or illnesses. Next, we have appeals process. Employees who are dissatisfied with the ECC's decision on their claims have the right to appeal to the ECC's adjudication office. If the appeal is denied, they can further appeal to the ECC's appellate panel and ultimately to the courts. Last one is recent developments. The Philippines periodically updates its workers' compensation laws and regulations to address emerging issues and improve the system effectiveness. Recent developments may include amendments to increase benefits, expand coverage, or streamline the claim process. In conclusion, workers' compensation laws in the Philippines play a crucial role in providing financial protection and support to employees and their dependents in case of work-related injuries or illnesses. However, ensuring effective implementation, compliance, and continuous improvement of these laws are essential to uphold workers' rights, promote workplace safety and welfare. Next is the safety program. In the Philippines, workplace safety and health are regulated primarily under the Occupational Safety and Health Standards, or OSHS, established by the Department of Labor and Employment, or DOLE. The OSHS provides a framework for employers to implement safety programs aimed at protecting workers from occupational hazards and ensuring a safe working environment. Here's an overview of the safety program requirements under the OSHS in the Philippines. First is general duties of employers. Employers are required to ensure the safety and health of their employees by providing a safe working environment, safe equipment and machinery, and implementing appropriate safety measures to prevent accidents and occupational illnesses. Second is Occupational Safety and Health Committee, or OSHC. Employers are mandated to establish an Occupational Safety and Health Committee composed of both management and worker representatives. The OSHC is responsible for developing and implementing safety programs, conducting safety inspections, and addressing safety concerns raised by employers or employees. The third one is safety and health program. Employers are required to develop and implement a written safety and health program tailored to the specific hazard and risk present in their workplace. The safety program should include policies, procedures, and control measures to identify, assess, and mitigate workplace hazards. It should cover areas such as hazard communication, emergency preparedness, personal protective equipments or PPE, and accident and incident investigation and reporting. The fourth one is training and information. Employers must provide adequate training and information to employees on workplace safety and health hazards, preventive measures, and emergency procedures. Training should be conducted regularly and should cover topics such as hazard recognition, use of PPE, safe work practices, and emergency response protocols. The fifth one is hazard identification and risk assessment. Employers are required to conduct regular hazard identification and risk assessments to identify potential workplace hazards and evaluate the associated risks to employees' safety and health. Based on the assessment findings, appropriate control measures should be implemented to eliminate or minimize the risks. Number 6 is emergency preparedness and response. Employers must develop and implement emergency preparedness and response plans to address potential workplace emergencies, such as fires, chemical spills, natural disasters, and medical emergencies. The plan should outline emergency procedures, evacuation routes, emergency contact information, and arrangement for first aid and medical assistance. Number 7 is record keeping and reporting. Employers are required to maintain a record of workplace accidents, injuries, illnesses, and near miss, as well as safety inspections, training sessions, and safety program evaluations. Accurate record keeping helps track safety performance, identify trends, and facilitate compliance with regulatory requirements. Employers must also report serious workplace accidents, injuries, and illnesses to appropriate government authorities as mandated by the law. The last one is compliance and enforcement. The DOLE, through its Occupational Safety and Health Center and regional offices, is responsible for enforcing compliance with safety and health standards in workplaces across the country. Inspections may be conducted to assess compliance with regulatory requirements, and employers found to be in violation may be subject to penalties and sanctions. Overall, the safety program requirements under the Occupational Safety and Health Standards in the Philippines aim to promote a culture of safety and prevent workplace accidents and occupational illnesses. Effective implementation of safety programs not only protect workers' health and well-being but also contributes to increased productivity, reduce absenteeism, and improve overall business performance. That's all. Thank you and God bless.